Hello everyone, this is Shidong from SINOTRUK Hall. Today we are going to talk about a topic, how to choose a heavy-duty truck. Okay, I made this presentation in order to give an idea to the end users, okay, how to choose a heavy-duty truck or what factors you need to consider when you plan to buy a heavy-duty truck. I didn't make this presentation in technical details, okay? I try to avoid the technical terms, okay? Just to give the buyers what factors you need to consider, okay? So let's get started. First, we need to consider the truck type, okay? That is mainly decided by the function of this truck, okay? What's the purpose you want to do with this truck? And then we will have to consider a list of factors which determines the truck configuration, okay? That includes weight or the load of the truck you plan to use, and also the road and working condition of the truck. Of course, there's distance, safety policy, etc. And in the end, we will also emphasize the economics. So first, what do you use for this truck? Okay, if you plan to buy the truck for transportation, and then you need a cargo truck, okay, and that is how a cargo truck looks like. And of course, there are many different kinds of cargo trucks. For example, in this picture, there's a van, okay, on top of this truck, and of course, it's made normally by the aluminum alloy, so you can transport some clothes or some powder, etc. Okay, not very heavy stuff, which is like sand or stone. That is too heavy for this kind of truck. And if you want to transport sand or stone in the construction side, you need another type of truck, which is called a dump truck. Okay, as you can see from this picture, okay, the truck looks like more reliable because because it has higher weight to support the weight of the goods, in this case the stone, for example, and that is mainly used during the construction site, okay, or used in the road construction as well. If you need to transport other types of goods, and there's another special truck which is called tractor, and with tractor, of course, as you can see on this picture, you can't transport anything, okay? You need another part which is called a trailer or semi-trailer, okay? You need to combine these two parts to transport goods. And of course, there are many different kinds of trailers. With different kinds of trailers, you can transport different goods, and this is a combination, okay? And now we will have a look at what kinds of trailers we normally have, okay? On the upper left corner, as you can see, this is the trailer we can use to transport container, okay? You can call that container trailer, and that is mainly used for transportation between the port and also the destination. And on the right side, I think it's also like a box, big box, which is similar to the dump truck. If you want to enlarge it, okay, you can buy a tractor, and also you can make another trailer like this. And on the left side again, on the bottom, this is the fence trailer, because this can be used to transport some vegetable or some fruit, etc. Okay, for example, I think in Uganda they call that matoke. Okay, you can transport matoke with this trailer. And on the last one is the tank trailer. Okay, you can use to transport mainly liquid like fuel, oil, or even chemicals. Okay, so this is the function for the trailer. Okay, I just give these 4 examples. Of course, there are other types which I possibly will make another video, okay, to introduce you the different types of the semi-trailers. And with these trailers, you connect with this tractor, so you can use it for different purposes. And in this case, even you buy one tractor, but you can use it for different purposes. Okay, that's the advantage of buying a tractor. The last one is the special purpose trucks. Okay, they're of course used for special purposes. As you can see, we can see one by one. The first one is the cement mixture truck. Okay, it is used to mix the cement, okay, while transporting the cement on the road. The second one is like a one-span truck. Okay, you can easily open the truck, and it is quite convenient to transport goods for loading and discharge. And the third one is the truck which is used in the mining industry. Okay, as you can see, it will be much heavier. It can load more material and can work in tough environment. Okay, of course, with different types of tires. And then the fourth one, you can use this one normally in the garden. Okay, and also you can use it for the sewage. Okay, in the city. The next truck is, the next truck is a tank truck. Okay, you can use it to transport fuel or chemicals. Okay, so here's the difference. Okay, as we just mentioned, if you buy a tractor and a semi-trailer, you can also transport chemicals or fuel, and this trailer has no power. Okay, it needs to connect it to the tractor to work together. And here, this special purpose truck, for example, this one, this fuel truck, it's integrated together. Okay, you can't disconnect them. Okay, they come as a whole piece from the factory. The next one is a fire truck, okay, which is used for firefighting. And the second to the last one is the concrete pump truck, okay, when it is normally used in the construction site to pump cement or concrete to build the walls, normally I think with high floor buildings. Okay, the last one is the port tractor. Okay, it is mainly used in the port, okay, to transport the container or other types of goods, okay, at the port. About is the track tab. Okay, I think it will be very easy for the end users to know which type of truck they want to buy, right? It is very easy for the end users to know what types of trucks you want to buy to do your business. Okay, after choosing the truck type, okay, then we need to consider the configuration. Okay, and let's take an example. Either, for example, you want to buy a dump truck, for example, and then you have to consider what detailed configurations for this dump truck, okay, because it can also affect the quality and the weight, and also, of course, also the price of the truck. One of the most important factor is the weight or load of this truck you plan to buy, okay, because the weight, how much tons, for example, you want to use these trucks to transport, will determine mainly the engine, the chassis, and the axle, or even the drive type of this truck. Okay, for example, if you want to transport heavy goods, in our case, for example, stone in the dump truck, and then you need a high power engine. Okay, of course, I will not really go into details of the horsepower of the engine, but you have to consider a high horsepower engine. And also similarly for the chassis, okay, because the weight is very high with the stone, okay, you need to choose a stronger chassis, okay, and that is mainly the thickness of the steel, which is the frame of the truck, and also how many layers for this steel. Okay, of course we will not go into details. And also the drive type, because if you want to transport more goods or more stone, and you need to add more axles, for example 8 multiply 4, or at least 6 multiply 4 etc. Okay, because different countries possibly have different policies, but the main rule is if you have more exile, you can transport more goods. Okay, and also the exile configuration is also determined by how much tons it can support. Okay, so the more goods you plan to travel, okay, the stronger exile you have to buy or install on the truck. And the next important factor is the road or working condition of the truck. Okay, because I guess before buying the truck you have an idea, okay, about the road and the working condition for the truck, and this factor could also determine the engine, the chassis, and also the axle configuration. Okay, it can also determine the suspension. Okay, for example, if you need to have the leaf spring suspension or the air ride suspension, the suspension type, the numbers of the leaf springs you need to install, okay, to the truck for the road condition. Okay, if the road condition is very bad, for example, you possibly need more leaf springs, okay, for the suspension on this road. And also the tire type, which is also important because the tires can be quickly worn, okay, if in tough conditions, so you need to choose the correct tire type. And of course, after that, you have to consider the distance, okay, you plan to travel with this truck, okay, to choose the tank volume, either is between 300 liters to 800 liters. Of course, you can have a larger tank if this is even longer. And then it depends on your budget, okay, you have to also choose the cab. Okay, there's different configuration for the cab. For example, if it's one sleeping bed or two sleeping bed, and with if you need to have air conditioning, the heater, etc. Okay, that is also depends mainly by your budget. And in the end, you have to also consider the safety of the truck, the style, okay, the exterior or the interior design, if you like it or not. And also there's of course policy. For example, what's the engine emission standard, okay, in your country? It is Euro 2, Euro 3, Euro 4, or even higher. So you have to figure this out before you buy this truck. And in the end, I just want to mention the economics, okay? Of course, we buy the truck to do a business, okay? I guess you already have an idea how much money you can earn, okay, by transporting the goods from one place to the other place, okay? Of course, after you knowing the potential revenue, you also have to calculate the potential cost for your business, okay? Regarding the truck, there are two parts you have to consider. The first is fuel consumption, okay? That can mix up to around 30% of your cost, okay? So you have to carefully check the fuel price in your local market. Fuel consumption is decided by many factors, okay? It's a complicated topic, but first you need to check the price of your local fuel, okay? And the second one is maintenance, okay? You have to consider if this truck is easily maintained in your local market, okay? If there are spare parts available quickly, and if there's any shops, you can do the repair of your trucks easily, okay? So, alright, above all is a simple introduction, okay, for the people who have little knowledge about heavy-duty trucks, okay? I just provide you some factors for you to consider before you buying this truck, okay? We didn't go into details or technical details, okay? But when you plan to buy a truck, of course, we have people to discuss with you in details to choose the correct truck for your working condition, okay? Thanks again for listening to this introduction about how to choosing a truck, okay? I hope it's helpful, and if you have any question, you can send an email to me or write a comment under this video, okay? Thanks again, and have a nice day.